What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to On the Bench Repeat, the series that you put on in the background whilst you're doing your hobby or painting or building, whatever it is. So grab your glues, brushes, paints, models, whatever you need, tea, coffee, blah blah blah. Let's get to the bench. Right, this is the chap I want to work on. Let's see if we can get him over in the camera. He's going to be for my role-playing D&D adventures. Don't know what he's going to be called yet, but I fancy playing a halfling wizard. I do, and I think it'll be more challenging to play him being a halfling wizard. So yeah. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to be working on, and amongst other things, of course. How's your week been? Hope it's been cool. I've had a really good week. Busy, but good. You know, it's been good. I'm going to use some Ushabti bone on these scrolls. There's a couple of scrolls in the corner. I just want to Ushabti bone, if that makes sense. Yeah. I know what I'm talking about. Ushabti bone. It can be used for like paper, parchment, scroll. And this is exactly what it is. It's a scroll. So there you go. I've had like Rakoff, Flash. I've done all sorts. I just want to fill in these last few scrolls here. Yeah, there we are. So I've just done a chill with Pete where I talked about some stuff. So I went over, you know, we had our bathroom done recently. So pleased with it. Very good. You know, I went over to tell him how good it is and how pleased we are, and you know, all that sort of stuff, and he's really pleased that we're pleased. I asked if we could give him a Google review, which we'll do, of course we'll do. Probably do that tomorrow in bed when we sat up having our coffees and things. Yeah, so that's good. So that's looking alright actually. Scrolls. It's nice to have some slightly different shade. I think it's good. I think that's good. I'll work on the other cases now because I want to do Umbral Umber as a base coat for the brown, for the wood. So let's turn that around a bit here. Yes, I want to do that. Oops. I've just splodged paint over my work desk. Do bear with me. I think I've got some wet wipes somewhere. I don't know where. Here we go. Just digging out some wet wipes. Do excuse. See, you're seeing all the action live. There we go. Don't really want that staying on my cutting mat. I know they get quite dirty after a fashion, don't they? But yeah, I didn't want that on there. Right, where was I? That's right. Putting some brown. Another blob of brown in there. Right, okay. going to be painting the outside of these things. The idea is to get all the wood done. And I can start doing some highlights. I could do the back of them as well then, these scroll cases, I suppose you'd call them. No, that's not accurate. Scroll case is more like a little cylindrical thing. Scroll shelves? Yeah, scroll shelves. That's more accurate. Yeah, scroll shelves. There we are. They really start to come together. But it's to help me when I'm going to be doing my solo role playing. It's just going to help me. All these little bits of training. It's going to help for the channel, obviously for the videos, but it's going to help my imagination run wild as well. You know, but the thing I need is to be able to do role playing. You do need an imagination. Yeah. Well, Halloween is rapidly approaching. All the local shops around here pretty much have got really cool Halloween displays in their windows. I have to say, it's this whole community thing really gets involved. It creates a good atmosphere. And that's what I was going to say just now. Get all the wood done, then I can do the wash. The brown wash. Probably the Agrax Earthshade wash. I learnt some more stuff about my family today when I went to see my mum. We had a good conversation actually. I was asking how certain family members met each other, like aunts and uncles and that. And it's two of my aunts and two of my uncles. So 4 people. They met whilst working at a local factory. Well, I say local, it's Axminster. I forget what my mum said the factory was called, but it's known as Axminster Carpets now. It's a carpet factory, yes. Is it Sugden's? No, something. I can't remember now, but yeah, they met whilst working there. And my mum worked there for a time as well. She didn't enjoy it though. Can't say I blame her. Factory work is very. You got to be a certain type of person, I think, to be able to work in a factory. Put up with the monotony and the mentality of some people that work in factories. So I'm angling that, right. There we are. Right, I think that's pretty much done on that one. Haven't eaten much today, although I did have some chips earlier. Look, I haven't really been hungry. And there's no point eating if you're not hungry, is there, really? What's the point of that? So I didn't. But yeah. I went all day and then I had some chips. Yeah, it happens. Yeah. yeah, Halloween. We've got a little Halloween display in our window at the moment downstairs. Because living in a community like this, it puts you more in that frame of mind of wanting to take part and be a part of like a community atmosphere. You know, things like this, it makes you want to decorate your window. Does that mean it's going to be encouraging people to knock on the door come Halloween? Possibly. But we won't get that many because we're on a private pathway and not that many people come through. The only people it'd be literally the local other residents that share the same pathway, so it's not going to be that many. I thought, well, we'll get involved. Do it this year. It's been years where I've just, not wanted to take part in Halloween, but it feels different here. A lot of things feel differently here. Yeah, it gets some of this like scattered terrain to put around. It's going to really help the imaginative and creative vibe for telling the story. And that's essentially what you're doing, isn't it? You're telling a story, you're writing a story. And that's cool. Oh. Try not to go wrong. There we are. The other one's bigger, the other scroll shelf is bigger. I'll have to put some more paint on that one. I've got a few stalls now, and for my bazaar, do you remember I was doing a market bazaar? It was kind of a little mini project I had on the go, wanting to get stuff together so that I could, do that. Right. Not easy to get alongside these scrolls, I can tell you. Not easy at all. How are you doing with your projects and what are you working on? Tell me that. I like to read about what you guys are doing. Are you painting or are you building? Doing both? Got to catch this in the right light. This isn't the right light to paint in what I've got here, but it suffices. It's not the best though. It's far better. I prefer painting during the day with natural daylight. I mean, who wouldn't, right? I'm just gonna get some more. What's it called? Umbral Umber. Put the lid back on that. These P3 paints I got, I've had them for years, and they're really good. I love the pots they come in. You get a lot for your money, really, especially compared to some other brands and makes of paint, and they've stayed in good condition. You know, it's been great. Yeah. So yeah, work's been busy, mega busy, but it's been okay. Surviving, getting through the weeks, still learning new stuff, still cocking things up, but learning from my mistakes. I never like to be learning stuff. I always like to know what I'm doing in a role, you know? I'm sure you can relate to that. I like to have the confidence, you know, that I'm doing stuff. There we are. There, look at that. Ha ha! It's always a good feeling. Let's get this front bit done. Yeah, I've got tents, I've got market stalls. I'm not sure if I've got a butcher's or not, but you can get that. I think I've got a weapons store, rack. I need to get a baker's and a butcher's, I think. That would be really cool. If anybody out there wonders why I say really cool in a certain way, like really cool, then just know that it's an in joke. Only a very select few people know what it's all about. Once I start saying it, I can't stop saying it. Really cool. I've got some more tanks recently for bolt action. I haven't had a chance to play yet though. I was saying to Ralph when I was speaking to him, I haven't actually played anything since I've been here, you know. I've played board games obviously, but nothing wargaming related since I've been here. Or role playing related, you know, I just haven't had the time. Oh, interesting fact. Oh, I got kind of invited if I wanted to GM, like, you know, like guest GM games for my local hobby shop. I felt nice to be asked, you know, because let's face it, I've been GMing longer than they've been alive. And that is a straight up fact. It's not a made up thing. Because you know, some of them are a lot younger than me. I don't know anyone that's older than me doing it. It's got to turn the angle of these things. I hear laughter downstairs, so that I guess the comedy fits well with what they like. Right. There we go. Big one done. Just stick it to one side. Right. It's time we did some basing. Or carried on with some basing, I should say, to be more accurate. I started putting some basing material on him. I never quite finished it. So yeah, let's carry on, my friend. I can hear the TV downstairs. Must be quite loud. Have you found what's the temperature like where you guys are? I know it's going to vary. You're all in different locations. It's a strange one here. It's like it's not hot, it's not cold. Sometimes you think, am I cold? It's just bizarre. So I'm just trying to level off some of the basing I've already done. There we are. Right, based. They are based. Let's come back to my Hobbit. Right. What we need is a bit more Militarum green. But what we need is something to thin it down a bit. Right, so that, I think we're going to need a contrast medium. Let's scoop a big slab of that up. There we go. Wash that brush off. And then go over the spots. Just need a little bit of extra. Don't want it opaque, but you want it just a little bit more. Well, okay. He's got to get his cloak right. It's a Militarum green colour. Alright. And yeah, it's the same. So there was a couple of places where it just is a bit too light. So I needed to go over that and darken the areas that needed to be dark. So much paint on my hands, it's unreal. Okay. Right, okay. Just let him dry like that, I think. Actually, there you go. And now, for my elven wizard, she could do with a couple of areas, I think. That's good, that's good. Oh, I just realised that I picked up my model, and of course it had all the texture paint on the base. Forgot I just done that. Got it over my hands. Schoolboy error. There we go. That's looking pretty good, I have to say. Right, so what so was I going to do the trousers? This is the Colonial Marines, by the way. Let's do that. Let's do their trousers. Might be too light. I don't know. Yeah, just trying to concentrate here. So difficult to paint and talk. Well, it's not difficult, but it is distracting. You know, for those of you that, I mean, this isn't the sort of position I would be in painting, really. Trying to stay on camera as much as I can. Well, that's one of those done. I've got my. Do you remember the Leviathan box set I got and did an unboxing of and went through? And it was still sat on the floor, just with the cellophane off. I haven't touched it since I did that. You know, the moment is gathering dust, but it is something I'm going to get to, obviously. Just haven't had the time. These are coming out alright, I think. I mean, these are for role-playing as well, but role-playing for the Alien RPG game, as opposed to D&D. And they're not for tabletop wargaming either. I suppose if there was a game that incorporated like Colonial Marines, you could use them in a tabletop wargame. I don't know. I don't know if there is such a game. If there is, let me know. Acquiring minds, want to know. Here we are. Holy moly, right. Maybe do somebody's shirt. No, not his. I suppose one of these guys, because I'm onto the other figures now, the male ones. Well, some of them are male. One of these guys could be representative of Captain Dallas, couldn't they? Of Nostromo. Yeah. Hurrah for contrast paints. Hooray. These are not all the same uniform or anything like that. I can make up anything I want for that, really. That's good. There you go. They're a slow burn. That is what I call a slow burn. I think I move on to something else. Now, I'm going to work out what colour the rest of his clothes are. This halfling chappy. I think he's got a little emblem on the front of his cap. Well, it kind of is. And he's got at the bottom of his trousers. Could do with something red or brown. Red stuff have we got? Got a few contrast paints for that. Blood Angels red. I don't know. Vampire red, another one. Glistening blood. Speed paint, blood red. Well, I think we'll go with Blood Angels red. No. I don't know what colour to do the bottom of his trousers. I may have to go for the pouch on his back, or his side rather, than that. So, okay. Snake bite leather then. Let's use some of that instead. snake bite leather. Let's get it out, put it on the palette. Right, okay. This is snake bite leather. We're going to put it on his pouch. See how that looks. Well, the fact that he's got a pouch, I suppose that's where he would keep his like herbs and things that he would need to cast his spells. Well, that's good. I think because his trousers are like a light blue, maybe a darker blue for the bottom of them. Yeah, maybe that would work. So something like an ultramarine blue contrast, Talisar blue. Maybe that, Talisar blue. That's darker. Not ultramarine blue, but it's something. Give it a bit of a shake. Again, going to need to pop some onto the palette. Technical contrast medium to thin it down. There we go. Yeah. Now, I realise I've got to do like the edges, like the outer edge kind of bit, but oh, that's cool. At the same time, it makes it look better. I think it ties it up, ties it together. Yes, if in doubt to use what colour with a certain colour, just use another version of that colour. It's giving me an idea now. No, I don't want to do the rest of his jacket same colour. That could be a different type of green, perhaps. Blue. There's nothing this elf would have that's blue. Oh, I've done it again. I've touched his side of his base. Making a right mess because state of my hands. Yeah. Ugh. Right, what are we up to? We're up to 40 minutes. Okay. This is the problem with having a bad memory. You forget which ones you've painted. And you got to pick them up and they're like all wet still. And I was like, Not good. Scroll shelves are still wet. I can't touch them. Look at my skeletons, I suppose, and think, oh. Yeah, I suppose I could do some cleaning up on these guys. So I'm going to use my texture tool. See if I can smooth some of the edges of these skeleton bases. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll leave them as is, I think. So that's one skeleton. So I could paint the sides. I could go over this with the black, or I could go over it with, like, you know, Steel Legion Drab, whatever. Steel Legion Drab is one of the best, I think, for painting the rims of bases, but one thing, I'll tell you one thing I love about living here is the fact that we eat better now. Like, we eat less processed foods and we eat more locally grown stuff. There's a not a company, I suppose, but a service called My Backyard, where there's like local people grow vegetables and sell them, and you can order stuff from people around and about. You know, if you want a cucumber or someone that's growing cucumbers, they all kind of I don't know, get their information together at the local. It's like a natural workshop. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. Yeah, sorry about that. Nothing worse than coughing on video or sneezing or something. So when I'm on a Teams call, I've got the option of muting it, you know. Yeah, look at that, like, looking better already. I may not even paint the edges of these. No, because these are supposed to be old school, and I probably wouldn't have done that back in the day. I'd have just tidied it up or left it. Got two more to do. What do I do after I've done these? Well, I'm going to be putting them away initially. I've got to work out where all my figures are, and I know that because I've got so many figures, not lost, but they're around somewhere, and I've got to find them because I will need them. Some of them are from that solo game I did, my first Dungeons & Dragons first solo run through. Well, the thing is, they may be making a reappearance, you see. So I would like to use the same figures. There. You know, I'm going to call them quits. You know, they are Skeletal Warriors. They are old school. old school Skeleton Warriors at that, and that's all they need. They're not meant to be amazingly painted. They're just not. They're meant to give me the feeling of nostalgia when I look at them, and it certainly does. That is what they're meant, because I value feelings of, like nostalgia, etc. If I'm feeling in a good way about it, I value feelings of a lot of other things, and most other things, anything else really. All the money in the world can't buy you feeling, can't buy you memory. It can't, certainly, it can't buy you happiness, it's true. But like they say, it certainly takes the sting out of being poor, doesn't it? Right, that's pretty much it. Well, they're done. I'm going to get them off of my bench, These Skeleton Warriors I've got here, they are going to be off of my bench, because they are, I'm calling them done. I'm varnishing them. I wouldn't have done that back in the day. I meant to look at them and go, oh yeah, wow. I would have looked at them and thought, wow, look at my best paint job I could do, and that's because that's all I had to hand. And that's exactly what it makes me think when I look at these and I gaze on them. They've been dry brushed, not brilliantly. No inks, no shade wash. That's cool. And I'm going to leave it at that for them. I'm not going to, do anything else with the bases. So that's those. What time do I have now? Right, 48 minutes. I'm struggling, guys, to think of what else I can do in this video. And I do apologise for that. I should have planned it out a bit better, really, because everything I've got requires drying time. Here, see, no, even that's not dry yet. Yeah, sorry. I should plan it out a bit better. And yes, it's true, I've got my Colonial Marines and I've got my other Aliens characters. I could do work on. I suppose I could do something with the Ripley character. Her top. She's got white on the blue of her trousers. Yeah, that's not good. I think I could do Shabty Bone sort of shirt, the top she's wearing. I could probably do that. Yeah. Add some water. God, I can't believe how dirty this paper towel has become. Alright, so these 3D printed, I think these are. They're not amazingly detailed. They're not. Can't say they are, because they're not. But they're alright. Could you use them for roleplay? Yeah, absolutely you could. Do you remember, back in the olden days of roleplay, not many people had figures at all. They had standees, cardboard standees in most games to represent, characters and monsters and any other NPC. I think I know what colour her trousers were. I think it was denim, I think. Waisted jeans, I think it's called. Yeah, look at that, look. Waisted jeans, I think we need to get that out now and get that on there because it'll make it look like you've come on a bit further. I know what I'm talking about. When you've got like that there with a splodge of white on her trousers, it makes it look like you haven't really done anything. And I suppose to a large extent that's true, you know, but yeah, it's just a bit of tidy up work. There we are. Ooh. There we go. Sorry about that. Right. So I'm done with that. What about this lady's? She's got waisted jeans. She has. I'm hoping to be able to play D&D type fantasy game role playing first when it comes to role playing, and then Alien, Blade Runner. Who knows? Blade Runner. I'm gonna get rid of this dirty kitchen towel. I'm gonna get a new one, a brand new one. To treat myself. There. There we are. That's better. Yeah, I feel good about it. I feel a bit better about ending the video here now, although it's going to be edited and, you know, it's going to be cut a lot shorter by the time I've gone through it. That's fine. So I'm going to cut back to me. So there we go, everybody. That's me done for the day. So I've got 5 skeleton warriors off the bench today, and I'm pleased with that because otherwise the bench there's no room on the bench. There's just no room. Time we got all the figures, all the paints and the lights and everything else, it's just like, oh, this was a big table. But not anymore. It's amazing. It just encroaches in on you, doesn't it? So I'm going to have to do some tidy up, I think. But yeah, thanks ever so much for watching. Do let me know what you're working on. Do leave a question for Halloween P&Q if you want. That'd be nice. And yes, don't forget, like the video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, share it around, all that good stuff. You know, it's all up there, and you know the deal with all that. So thank you again, and bye for now. Bye bye.